So he loves one of my new plants. I don't usually condone buying things at Walmart, but you do find some good plants at Walmart. This little fella was only $5. It is a medicinal aloe, and it is still growing in the middle, and the roots looked good, the stalk looked good. I've actually already used some of it. This is actually turned brown because it's dried up, because I cut off a piece that the cats had bit, put it in a baggie, and freeze it, and then you can utilize it anytime you have a burn. So this is super good for that. I might have to take it inside. It looks like it might be getting too much water out here, actually. These are the marigolds that we planted. As you can tell, they're coming up pretty good now. Definitely can tell with the leaves that they are marigolds. Of course, I've always been scared that seeds aren't what they say they are, or something else will pop up in its place. But like I said, now I feel silly now that I see it's popped up more. So as you remember, my teddy bear sunflowers, I just put them all in one pot. What a baby. Nene, come here. You're okay, buddy. I'm sorry. Did that scare you? He's fine now. Silly thing. Okay. So these teddy bear sunflowers were all in one pot. So I have divided the pots now. Hey, quit headbutting everything. Life with cats. Now you're dirty. A couple of them didn't do too well. I really hate moving them when they're that young, and the soil I'm using drains very, very, very well. But the ones in the big pots are doing wonderful. Like, you can't even tell I moved to this one. And this is the one that got to stay in his pot. These initial leaves, you'll actually lose those, so I just kind of go on and help the process sometimes. Don't eat it, buddy. So I'm actually, once these are doing a little better, I'm actually going to give one or two away to my friends because they're adorable, and who doesn't want a teddy bear sunflower? So can't wait to see those grow bigger. Hey! Ugh, he approves. So this pitiful little section is actually doing quite well. My mint that I potted separately actually is doing really well in this pot. I'm actually going to move a lot of this and put more soil in it. It's just at the time that's what I had in there, so that's what I used. Put more dirt in it, and then maybe even put a couple of other types of mint with it, and just let them all grow together and keep them trimmed down, and that's what will go in my house when summer ends. But right now I'm just letting it do its thing. Hey buddy, get back in here. Cats are crazy, man. So my orchid I left out here, and then I did not realize it was going to rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Orchids don't need a crap ton of water. They actually just need probably about 1/4 a cup every week or so. But they love humidity. So they're super great by sinks and stuff like that. They usually grow in the jungle, and yes, the roots always grow out. They love to be crowded and just grow everywhere. But this little fella, after he died, decided he wanted to live again. So instead of doing all the super specific care that most people do with orchids, I'm just letting him do his thing because he obviously knows what he's doing. And I'm just seeing what happens. I've never had an orchid grow outside like this before because, like I said, they're super picky. So it's going to be really fun to see how long he lives, what he does. And then my sago palm, poor buddy. Poor buddy. I've tried bigger pots and tried smaller pots, and he just always just kind of hangs on there. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I forget to water him. But the great things about these is they live forever, and now getting new leaves, which I'm super excited about. This one actually, the cat chewed it, and that's why I moved him outside, and I knew he'd do better outside in the summer. So, really. Here's the new leaves. That's how they start out, and I love it. They'll start out like this. They're really fuzzy, and then they'll spring up, and then they'll start to unfurl. And my project I'm super excited about, and I really hope they grow. These are actually desert rose seeds. My boyfriend gave me desert rose seeds for my birthday, and there's probably about 20 of them in different colors. The only scary part is that they are from a source online, and you can't always trust sources online. So I'm super excited and hopeful that they will grow, and if all of the, I think I planted 9, maybe 10 in there, if all of them grow, I will be an amazingly ecstatic person. Desert roses are probably one of my favorite things in this world. And here's a picture of some from online, and if you're like me, you're gonna die when you see them. So. These are my amaryllises, and I'm showing you this now because you're not gonna believe what they look like when they get bigger and bloom. So, oh, I don't think there's any blooms yet. Nope, just the leaves. They love to be crowded with each other, and anyone who ever wants to get me more amaryllises, I will love you forever. They're one of my favorite flowers. This guy is eating my spinach. You know, I never looked up anything about the spinach, and I just let it do its own thing, and this is the product. I had no idea that spinach would actually grow up and get little spiky leaves. Oops, I messed up my camera. And blooms and blossoms. I mean, obviously everything blooms in one form or another, but the way this blooms was just crazy to me. It bloomed really quick, so this must be one of those plants that when it first pops up, you need to pinch off the top leaves type thing. He approves of the spinach. I have still eaten some, and I mean, it definitely tastes like spinach, but it's also dying, so again, I just let it do its own thing. It was a learning experience, and apparently I should have been more hands-on from the beginning. And here's my little lemon thyme. Poor little fella. Right, so thank God for YouTuber boyfriends, because I have had to switch recording devices because mine decided to overheat. But I'm gonna leave a link to his page, because he's been super nice about helping me with my silly little YouTube channel. This is the Bib lettuce. It's still the same. The kids have picked some off to feed to me, actually. They think it's hilarious to feed me the stuff that... Sorry, I got distracted. Someone's staring at me. People just stare so much nowadays. Anyways, like I said, this will grow tall. See how it is right now? So right now what I would do is I would pick the big leaves around it, and once those got a little bigger, I would probably pick the middle ones. That's just me personally. Different people will tell you there's probably a more specific way to do it, but that's what I do to control it a little bit. And here is my beautiful super lavender. I have now discovered that if I wanted to harvest this, that I've already missed the harvesting time for it. There we go. Hold on. Okay, trying to get used to the focus on this. Look how beautiful that is. There are no words for it. I would have had to have caught it before it bloomed, but I'm kind of just really enjoying watching little blooms come up on this. I also like to rub my hands down it so I can smell them. Oh, you guys, this smells amazing. Super lavender, and like I said, I keep it in a pot. I'm actually keeping it in a pot because there's a possibility I might be moving, and I for sure was taking this, but super lavender is known for its rich smell, and it's not the best one to do with oils and stuff, if I remember correctly, but it's one of the most versatile and one of the strongest smelling ones. I say versatile because you can use it in cooking and all kinds of stuff. So there's the super lavender. And then I'm not sure if I showed you guys the baby's breath my dad bought me. I don't make flower arrangements lately, but there's some pink baby's breath. It is really pretty when it's fully bloomed. It's kind of dying off right now. And I know you see the cucumber plants in the background. I wish that I didn't have them in such a ghetto box, because they are beautiful. They have gotten so big. The last time I tried making this video last week, they were literally like a third of this size. Look how big they are. So this one I'm going to have to coax a little bit to keep it within the cage, or even move the cage over a little bit. And that's okay, because I started the cages before they were growing. But look here, we've already got the climbing wanting to start happening here. And we've already got these little blooms that are starting to open. I love it, guys. Cucumbers are one of my favorite things. And then, of course, because of that, cucumber plants. Absolutely beautiful. I am so excited. I haven't seen a bloom on this one yet. Oh, there's a little bud way down in there. See if I can get that to focus. Super excited. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. Do not kill me. I keep forgetting what one of my plants is that I planted. I am an awful human being. I had to put up these double fences, which they've moved a little bit. Let me put them back down in there. I had to put them up because whatever this is that I keep forgetting, why do I keep forgetting that? I have no idea. It's not rosemary. It might be thyme. It was important when I planted it, and now look at me. But whatever that tiny stuff is, and the ironic part is that my mom has full-grown plants of whatever that is, and she was like, I've got some, I'll give it to you. And I'm like, no, right now I just want to see if it grows. Whatever it is, something kept digging in it. You can still kind of see an indentation there. Probably a squirrel, because if it were a cat, it would have pooped, and it never pooped. So, you know. But the spearmint, guys, is beautiful now. It was so scraggly for the longest time. Look how bushy and beautiful it is. This rain has done it well. I was worried about these back ones, about them not getting as much sun because of the size board I had there, but it's gorgeous. And my pride and joy right here. This is my Cherokee purple tomato plant. Life will revolve around this. I grew my first one when I was a kid, and ever since then I've been obsessed with them. Oh man, I need to weed that out. And then I have one little sprig of basil coming up. You can obviously tell it's basil, and it's so cute. So I need to weed some of those more out. That one I'm going to be repotting into a pot. And there's my cilantro. Cilantro and basil are super good to grow around tomatoes because of the flavoring. Poor little guy has a weed right beside him, so I need to take care of that. Cilantro is life. When I worked in the produce department at a store, I was obsessed with stalking the cilantro because it smelled so good. And to the point that someone even gave me a cilantro candle. Pineapple cilantro, same thing, good enough. Looks like I'm going to have to cut off some of this peppermint and use it because he's starting to get a little out of hand. Next to my sage. Look how cute this little fella is. Look at that. I forget the name of it, probably velvet sage, but it's actually textured. And he is so cute. I am so excited about how big it is already and how big it will get. That's why he is planted by himself. And if you remember, it used to have a purple stem, so it no longer does, which I thought was interesting. I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but I'm excited for it just to be growing. So it looks like I might have to start spraying some stuff on my plants, because some bugs are getting to it. Probably all these ants I'm seeing right here. And last but not least, rosemary. Now that you can tell what the plants are, I can pick away all of the weeds around it. But can we just appreciate how cute that is right now, guys? Rosemary is super good for memory, as well as the cooking. So it's also good for your cats, too. So I cannot wait to make an indoor herb garden and, you know, share it with my cats, as weird as that sounds. So cute.